Yes.
You did read it.
It's by, wait a moment, it's by Lewis. Wait a moment, it's by, let me remember. It's by, yes, Lewis Schachter. And
Okay.
it features about a boy called Stanley.
Yes, very good. So, so you want to read it again then with the group? Because that's the novel we're studying. Okay. So let me just a second. I'm going to share some stuff with you. Yes. Okay. Okay. So first we're just going to do a little bit of an introduction to holes. So you're right. It's by Louis Sacker. Okay. And so I had these questions, but you've heard of the book, right? Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen
I just read the book.
Very good. Do you know anyone else who's read it? Have a lot of your friends read it? Yeah, do they like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
lot of read it.
okay, so here are some. Go ahead.
Like book four, I saw it got the Newbery Award.
Very good.
I even got a copy of it.
Great. Oh, that's really good. Which cover do you have? Oh, a new cover. Excellent. So these are some covers that I've seen. Actually, my book is like the very first one with the red title. And then there's this one with the some kind of a lizard. I don't know if that's an iguana or what, crawling along the desert. And the last one is one with some shovels, right? So
I think like the one with the lizard is like the yellow spotted lizard in the book.
oh, you like this one, the second one? Whole, yeah. Why do you like that one?
Oh no, I mean like I like the third one.
Oh, the one with the shovels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you like that one?
Because I think it's like have the kind of I just think it is it's like the I don't know.
Okay. You think it draws you in? Does it entice you to read?
It's like the mood of the book.
Okay, very good. So this is the author that you named him, Louis Sacker. That's a picture of him. And it says here he's an award-winning author. Holes has won many awards. He was inspired to begin writing books for young readers after spending some time as an assistant in an elementary classroom. So Sacker also pursued his other interest, law, before he decided to become a full-time writer. So he was a lawyer and then he became a writer. And he's written over 20 books. You may have heard or read some of his other great books, including Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Have you ever heard of that one, Sideways Stories? That's a really funny one.
Like the series of
Did you read that one?
School. Yeah.
Sideways Stories, have you read that?
Yeah, when I was very, very young.
You've heard of it, but you haven't read it?
I read some of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because it's got those funny chapters, doesn't it? Okay, so Holes won the Newbery Medal. And the Newbery Medal is a very, very important award for children's books and children's teenagers books. And he also won the National Book Award. So there is a sequel to this book as well called Small Steps. So after we read Holes, you may want to read Small Steps. Okay, let me go to the next slide. No, that's not it. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay. Just a second, I'm having technical problems. There we go. Okay, so Stanley Yelnats is innocent, but that doesn't stop the court judge from sending Stanley to Camp Green Lake, a character-building juvenile detention center for boys. The boys at the camp are forced to dig large holes each day in order to atone for their misdemeanors. As Stanley spends more time at the endless, sun-scorched land of Camp Green Lake with its threatening population of scorpions and yellow-spotted lizards, he realizes that the warden is searching for something in the desert and won't stop until she finds it. So that is a little summary of the story. But I want to ask you, what is a juvenile detention center? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I know it's like a detention center for young people, because juvenile means young and detention means to use like a form of punishment, and center is a place.
Yeah, so really it's a jail, a prison for kids, people that are under 18 years of age, because once you're 18, you're an adult, you'd go to adult jail. But if you're under 18, they send you to a special jail just for young people. So that's what a juvenile detention center is. You also go
in the book, but in the book it says that you have two options, and one is to go to jail and the other is to go to Camp Green Lake.
Yes. So it's a special program within the jail system. And Camp Green Lake is a real place. It's just called Green Lake, and it is in Texas in the United States. And Texas is in the desert of the United States, so very hot place. Okay, Texas.
The Wild West.
That's right. So what does it mean to atone for their misdemeanors?
It's like to pay for their bad behavior.
Yes, very good. Exactly. Okay. So I'm just going to show you, I'm going to share with you a little video to get us started. And then we're going to start to read. Just let me pull this up. If I can find it. There it is. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Two tokens in hand. I got no respect because I'm
Oops, sorry.
got my shovel, shoes full of sand. Check out the tag, the name's Caveman. A-R-M-P, I to the T. What is that? You smelling dog? That's me. I don't take showers and I don't brush my teeth. That's all I do is lick, hoes, eat, and sleep. There is no lake, there is no shade, there is no place to hide, so just sit and wait to fry. Take it out to go, take those hoes, take it out, out, out. Take it out to go, take those hoes, take it out. Take it out to go, take those hoes.
Okay, so that's just a little intro. That's a song from the movie Holes. Okay, so it shows all the characters in the novel, right? Did you see any of the characters that you recognized?
So I'm in like 5th grade,
Oops.
right? My teacher, Mr. R, does this
Sorry,
thing where
I
he
gotta
reads
turn
like
this
one
off
chapter of
now.
a book to the class every day. Now, one time he did Hatchet, and that was cool because the book has a couple bad words in it. I felt like a fugitive. Anyway, so it's 1998. I'm 10 years.
Sorry. So did you recognize any of the characters?
Yes, I recognize like Stanley, Zigzag, Squid, Magnet, Zero, and like, oh yeah, and Armpit.
Oh yeah, Armpit. Okay, so let me open up the novel.
They called Stanley Caveman.
Yes.
First, they called Stanley Sweet Shoes, but then they called him Caveman.
Yeah, they gave him a better nickname. So this here is the on my copy. I don't know if you have this on yours. This is the Newbery Award that Holes won. So always put that on because it sells more books. Okay, so why don't we start off? Why don't you read aloud and then we'll switch to you can read to yourself. But can you read aloud for me for a bit?
Like the checklist page. There is no lake at Campbell Lake. There was a very large lake here, the largest lake in Texas. That was over 100 years ago. Now it's just a dry, flat wasteland. There used to be a town of Green Lake at the town shriveled and dried up along with the lake and the people who lived there. During the summer, the daytime temperature hovers around 95 degrees in the shade. If you can find any shade, there's not much shade in a big dry lake. The only two trees are 2 old oaks on the eastern edge of the lake. A hemlock is stretched between the 2 trees, and a log cabin stands behind that. The campers are forbidden to lie in the hammock. It belongs to the warden. The warden owns the shade. On the lake, rattlesnakes and scorpions find their shade on the rocks and homes like by campers. Here's a good rule to remember about rattlesnakes and scorpions. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you, usually. Being bitten by a scorpion or even a rattlesnake is not the worst thing that can happen to you. You won't die, usually. Sometimes a camper will try to be bitten by a scorpion or even a small rattlesnake. They will get to
Okay, keep on reading to the end.
or to recover in his tent instead of having to dig a hole out of the lake. But you won't have to be bitten by a yellow-spotted lizard. That's the worst thing that could happen to you. You will die a small and painful death, always. If you get bitten by a yellow-spotted lizard, you might as well go into the shade of the oak trees and lie in the house. There's nothing anyone can do to you anymore.
Okay, let's stop there. It's stuck, but okay, so do you know what a hammock is? A hammock?
A hammock is like the bed that it's like a piece of cloth and they swing it from 2 trees.
Yes, that's right. And you sort of swing back and forth, and it sometimes can be tricky to get into one. Have you ever actually lain in a hammock? Tried to get into a hammock?
Yes.
Did you get in?
One time, I and my friends, we all sat on there and we were swinging and the hammock broke.
Oh, Yes, that can happen. Exactly. So they're kind of tricky sometimes. Okay, so Camp Green Lake is not a lake. What's happened to the lake?
Like the lake dried up.
Yeah, so, geography changes over the years, and it's changing a lot now because of different climate factors. And so this lake is all dried up. But 100 years ago, it would have been a lake with a lot of people living around it, because if there's water in Texas, fresh water, there would be people there because people need water. So now the lake is dried up. So all they have is the leftover things of the people that used to live there, right? So what's left now? What's the only thing that's left now?
It's like a desert.
It's a desert, yes. But there is one thing that's left by the people who used to live there. What is that?
Oh,
Well, there's 2 oak trees, yep. And what else?
wait a minute. Oh yeah, it said dry flat wasteland.
It's a dry yes, you're right. But look at this. It's a log cabin. Okay?
Oh yeah.
There's a log cabin with the trees, and in between the trees is the hammock. So who gets to use the hammock?
The warden.
That's right. He puts it in a very interesting way. It says the warden owns the shade, right? So the only shady place is owned by the warden. She's the only one allowed to use it. Okay. What is the warden, by the way? What is a warden?
Like the boss. Like
boss.
the chief, the president.
That's right. She's the head. Okay. So what does he not want to get bitten by?
The green dotted lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the yellow.
Yellow dotted lizard. Yes. It's okay. A scorpion and a rattlesnake's probably okay. They don't take you to the hospital, I notice. What do they let you do if you get bitten by a scorpion or a rattlesnake?
You can go to a rest.
That's right. You get to have a rest in your cabin. Okay. They don't take you to the hospital for antidote medicine or anything. They just let you rest. Okay. So why don't you read 2 and 3 for us now?
The reader is probably asking, why would anyone go to Camp Green Lake? Most campers weren't given a choice. Camp Green Lake is a camp for bad boys. If you take a bad boy and make him dig a hole in the hot sun, it'll turn him into a good boy. That was some people shot. Stanley Yonex was given a choice. The judge said, you may go to jail or you may go to Camp Green Lake. Stanley was from a poor family. He had never been to camp before.
Have you been to camp, Vincent? Have you ever been to a camp? No?
Stanley was the only passenger on the bus.
Wait a second. Let's just pause for a second. Let's just pause for a second. I just wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever been to a camp?
Yes.
Yes? What kind of camp did you go to?
Summer camp.
Summer camp. And name 3 things that you did at summer camp.
I've been in various summer camps. Some is like Boy Scouts, and some is like you travel, and some is very fun. There are many kinds of them. And even like the Boy Scouts is give us mentor training, and we learn about how to survive in the wilderness and how to how to make a fire.
Oh yes.
And the teachers make us stand very, very straight, and sometimes they would in our imagination be like monsters and make us like stand and run and walk many miles, and it was very devastating.
Very good. Wow, that would have been fun. So your camp was fun. And I think Stanley thought he was getting a fun camp, but I don't think it's the fun camp he thought it was going to be. Hello, Stone. Stone, are you there? Okay, so maybe Stone is another one of our students. Hello, Stone. Are you a student for the novel Holes? I wonder if he can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So we've just started, just a few pages, so that's great. Have you ever heard of the novel Holes, Stone? Do you know anything about this novel? So you can hear me, that's great. So unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Stone, and tell me if you know anything about this novel, Holes. Do you know how to unmute yourself? I'm going to ask you to unmute. Oh, there you go. So, Stone, have you heard about Holes? What do you know about this novel? You've heard about it? Oh, okay. What's not working? What's not working? It seems like you're unmuted. Can you try speaking? And the microphone is not working. Okay, okay. So you have heard of the novel Stone, this novel Stone Holes? Great. Okay, have you read it? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, um, so we're just at the point at the beginning where we're learning about Camp Green Lake. Okay, so Vincent, why don't we read chapter 3? Read chapter 3 quietly to yourself. Tell me when you're finished, and we'll talk about it for a few minutes, okay? So tell me when you finished reading it, please.
Do you mean like the whole chapter 3 or like all these are the parts you showed on the PPT?
No, right, like the whole chapter 3.
Yeah, I have the book.
You might want to read it, yeah, again, okay?
I'm finished.
You're finished, Vincent? Okay, we'll just wait a minute for Stone. Okay, so Stone is finished. Very good, thank you. Okay, so tell me, either Vincent or Stone, Stone, if you want to answer, can you put up your hand in the, your electronic hand? Can you do that? Show me how you can put up your electronic hand. Oops, sorry.
How do I do it?
How do you do it? Let's see, you should have, where is that thing? You should be able to put up a little hand. Yeah, that's it. It's down. How did you do it, Vincent? Tell Stone how you did it.
A what language?
Oh, Stone's got it. Okay, so Stone. Okay, so take away your hands, both of you. And okay, so Stone, if you want to answer, you can answer in the chat, like typing. But I know it'll take you a while, so just put your hand up, okay, if you want to answer the question. Okay. Okay. So, what does Stanley look like? Okay. What does he look like? Vincent.
He is very fat and he is overweight.
He is overweight. That's right. So he weighs too much. He's fat. And how does he feel about being fat, Vincent?
He's not very positive.
Okay. What happens to him because he's overweight?
Like everybody teases him and nobody wants to play with him, and his teachers make fun of him.
Yeah,
and
even
like,
the teachers. Yes, that's right. So, so he is not happy being overweight, and the other children or the other boys, they make fun of him. So it's very, it's not a nice way to live, right? Okay, so does Stanley believe in curses and bad luck, Stone? Does he believe in curses and bad luck? What do you think, Stone? There's a curse in his family. What's the curse? Yes. Okay. What is the curse, Stone? So tell me about the curse on the family. Are you typing, Stone? Give me a thumbs up if you're typing. Good. Okay. Okay, they could never succeed because of this curse. Who put the curse on them, Vincent?
Like their great they're like long great grandfather.
Yes. But what did he do to get the curse put on him?
Like like he stole a pig from a pig store. But
Yes.
like
He
as
stole
only
a
mentioned in this,
yeah, he stole the pig, right? And who did he steal it from, though? That's the important thing. Vincent?
like he stole from I don't know, like pig store.
Here it is, right here. I'll show you. He stolen a pig from a one-legged gypsy. So, do you know what a gypsy is, boys?
I think it's just like magic creature.
It's what? What is it?
A magic
A magic? Are you saying magic?
yeah.
Gypsy is a race of people, right? Like the Chinese or the Jews or the Irish, okay? It's a different race of people, okay? So it's a race, and the real name of gypsies is Roma, okay? The Roma. And they are mostly from Eastern Europe. But they travel around the world. And that's why some people call the Roma the travelers, okay? That's what they're sometimes called, the travelers. Travelers, because they like to travel so much. And they stick close together. They don't like to mix with a lot of other people. So, and they are thought to know some magic and curses, okay? I don't know if they really do, but supposedly they do. So when Stanley's great-grandfather stole the pig from a Roma woman, she put a curse on him and everyone who came after him, that they would always fail, okay? That no matter what they did, they would always fail. So that's a pretty bad curse, right? Okay. What does Stanley's father do? Stone, why don't you answer this question? What does Stanley's father do for a living? And I'm putting on the page there on the screen that talks about what he does. Are you typing, Stone? Give me a thumbs up if you're typing. Oh, not typing yet. Okay. So, do you know what the question is? What does Stanley's father do? Like, what's his job? Right? And why don't you try reading from these paragraphs will help you find the answer. Okay, great, Stone.
看他有没有发出来。老师现在又没讲东西，关我上去。然后他在打字。
Trying to invent a way to reduce odor in shoes. Okay. Yeah, he's an inventor. And he tries hard and he's got good ideas, but he has no luck because of the grandfather. Okay. What's special about Stanley's name, Vincent? It's not very many people who can say about their...
It is spelled the same from like first to last and last.
Yeah, so it's Stanley. And then backwards, it's Y-E-L-N-A-T-S. So it's just, that's his name spelled backwards, which is, I've never known anybody who, whose name is that, okay? So that gives him a special quality in life, right? Okay, so when Stanley arrives at Camp Green Lake. Oh, well, one other question. Who does the great-grandfather get robbed by? Stone, you tell us this. Who does he get robbed by? What's her name? What is the name of the robber that robs Stanley's great-grandfather? Kate Barlow, yeah, kissing Kate Barlow, but she doesn't kiss him. Very good. Okay, Vincent, a last question for you. What does Stanley think? Okay, bye, Stone. Okay, we'll be finishing up in a few minutes too. What does Stanley think he's going to get to do when he gets to Camp Green Lake? You think, well, at least one thing he'll get to do.
He thinks that he can swim.
Yeah, well, at least I'll be able to swim in the lake, but of course there's no lake to swim in. And he finds that out in the last couple of lines of the book, right? He couldn't see a lake and hardly anything was green. So I think he's very disappointed about that. Okay, I want you to spend the last few minutes of our lesson. I'm going to give you a question, okay? Okay, have you ever dreaded going to a place the way Stanley dreads going to Camp Green Lake? How does Stanley try to cope? What did you do to make yourself feel better? Okay, so Stanley tries to make himself feel better in a certain way. And I want to know how you made yourself feel better. So think of a time you're going someplace you don't want to go.
Sometimes when I go to the UAE, it's in Arabia, and there was like let me say another story. Like when I had the trip to Thailand, and like I had to go to school in Thailand, and it's only for a month, but I thought it was very hard, and when I got there, I felt very outside because it's international school. There were many people of other countries like Korea, America, and Germany, and many other countries. And I was very scared, and I dreaded to go there. I coped because I tried communicating and making friends, and even though I failed a little bit, but I still managed to make myself comfortable.
Good, very
And
good. Yeah. So you
Stanley
persisted.
tried to cope by reminding himself of the good things and being positive.
Yes, and Stanley tries to pretend he's going somewhere. Where does he try to pretend that he's going?
That he's going to a place like the rich kids go.
Yeah, like a camp where he's going to have fun. Let's see where they say that in the novel. Yes, right at this beginning. Why don't you just read this paragraph, this very first paragraph on this page?
Stanley and his parents tried to pretend that he was just going away to a camp for a while, just like the rich kids do. And Stanley was younger, he used to deal with stuffed animals and pretend that animals were at camp. Have fun and games, he called it. Sometimes he wanted to play with soccer with a marble, and other times he'd run an obstacle course or go bungee jumping off the table tied to a broken rubber band. Now Stanley tried to pretend he was going to camp fun again. Maybe it makes some sense, he thought. At least he gets to swim in the lake.
Okay, so he's trying to make himself feel better. But of course, when he gets there, he realizes there's no lake. Okay, so this is just an introductory lesson. So what I would normally do at the end of the lesson is I would give you some homework to do, but I won't do that today because Stone had to go, so he wouldn't be good at it anyways. But it was very nice to meet you, and I can tell you are a very good reader, and I think we'll have fun and enjoy this novel together. So thank you for coming, and I will see you again. Bye-bye, Vincent.
Bye. Bye-bye.